Okay, right. Now I have a little relax. Because we have only two more chapters to talk about. Right? Okay. So far, all the topics we have talked about is very simple. A simple framework, a simple perspective, how to look at your business actually. Okay. So the framework is reduce cost, increase product differentiation, and then if you achieve this, you have competitive advantage. This is the perspective. Okay, we talk about in the strategy management. Okay? And then there are two factors. Okay? Globalization and technology. All right. These two factors are important because these two factors reduce cost, increase product differentiation at simultaneously. All right, simultaneously. Now you understand this. Okay. So in the last time, we talked about globalization. Okay. So globalization, and this time we're going to talk about technology side. Okay, technology, and entrepreneurial strategy, entrepreneurship is directly involved with technology, right? Because many entrepreneurs, small startups, okay, achieve higher level of innovations. We see, okay? That's why we talk about entrepreneur strategy and innovation management in the very last two chapters, okay? So today we are talk about entrepreneur strategy, and then next time, Wednesday, we are going to talk about innovation management. Then all the lecture part, okay, the first half of this lesson, done. Okay, so we have only two more chapters. So far, you are doing great, all right? Based on your discussions, okay, I just feel like, you are doing great. Okay, it's good. So I highly, think of your contribution for this class. I love it. Okay. Right. Before talking about entrepreneur strategy today, I just wanna introduce my new publications. Okay. All right, new publications. Okay. So this is my new publications. It is published at Venture Capital, which is a solid journal, very reputational and solid journal in finance and in strategy management. Okay, so this is not a super A journal, but it's still reputational, solid journal. So I love it. So this is a 23 to strategy management. It's a young field. That means it's not 100 something in the volume. Okay? So it's a 23. It's a pretty good 23 years of the old journal. It's good. So this paper, this is a pretty new, really new, because the final version, actually this version, yes, the final version, I just received the final version in this morning. All right, in this morning when I wake up, I just check on my email that there is a final version. Okay, actually publish it in the that journal. Okay, so the title is Technology Spillovers and Capital Gains in Corporate Venture Capital Investments, Evidence from the Biopharmaceutical Industry. So we talked about corporate venture capital, right? Okay, so even in your textbook, okay, it doesn't emphasize a lot corporate venture capital, but it's a very, very important activities, okay, these days. Okay? So we talked about corporate venture capital, so you know that. Okay? And also, the title says technology spillovers and capital gains. Okay, so technology spillovers and capital gains. Okay, so think about that. A corporation, you're a big corporation, right? And you invest in small startups. Then, when the startups grow up, you will have two types of benefits. Okay, you can assess the startups technology, right? We talked about this, mentioned. Huh? So you can use the startups technology to develop a new drug. Okay? All right? You can find some collaboration opportunities. This is technology spillovers. So technology side benefit. So one type of benefit. And also, because you invest in stocks of the small startups, if this small startup grow up and they go to IPO or acquisitions or something, some financing activities, then what happens? You have money, because when you invest in startups, okay, the price is low, but when it goes to the IPO, then the stock price is high. Okay, so you can have capital gains. Okay? Two types of benefits in CEC activities, corporate venture capital activities. Okay, this paper is basically looking at how these two types of benefit is interconnected. Okay? The nature of relationship between these two types of benefits. Okay? And this paper says, okay, the positive correlations between these two. So if a corporate investor has high technology spillovers and also high capital gains. Okay? So there are some mechanisms to explain this in this paper. Okay? And also there are some factors that impact this positive relationship. That's it. Okay? This is about the paper. Okay, so I just want to share the publication of this paper. Okay, I already uploaded this paper on your Canvas. So if you want to read it, okay, then you can find it. All right. All right. So the reason I try to introduce the research side of things, research as much as possible, is because these are new ones. Your textbooks are any textbook, combine all the topics, okay? But it's pretty old, It's not updated every year, but research is updated almost every time. So that's why I introduce, research as much as possible. Okay? All right, so let's talk about entrepreneurship this day, today. Okay, so we are gonna talk about entrepreneur strategy. Okay, this topic is very simple, Okay, so basically this topic is talk about two things. The first one, the entrepreneur strategy, and the second one is entrance strategy. All right, entrepreneur strategy and entrance strategy. That's it. Okay, that's it. Two topics. All right, some announcements. Okay? So we done two practice rounds. Okay, and then we're gonna do peer evaluations. Okay, so teamwork is very important for following schedules, especially for your simulations. So I just want to let you know, okay, we talked about this already, but we ought to do peer evaluations. So your team contribution is very important. Okay, your teammates, okay, have a problem with your contribution in the team. It will be a big issue. Okay, so please take care of your team. All right, teamwork is very important. Schedule. Okay. And we're going to talk about the very last chapter, chapter 12 on Wednesday. And we're going to have exam 3 on Monday, okay? This exam is not cumulative, so this exam will cover only 3 chapters, okay? And presentation 3, okay? Again, okay? You are going to present what you did in the simulations, how your performance was, and also how you learned from the practice round. Then we can move the regular competition rounds. Okay. So you already have experience with this, so I'm not worried about that. Okay, you're familiar with that. Okay. Any question, comment? Okay. All right, this is the distribution of your one case. Okay, so look at this. Average is about 6 out of 7. Okay, standard deviation is 1.9. Oh, then I just recognize this. Oh, standard deviation is great. It's big. Okay, that means I need to look at this distribution very closely. Look at this. 7 perfect score, 6 okay, and we have some here. Okay, so this distribution shows that okay, some students feel a little bit tired, Okay, so I totally understand that at this point of the semester, but just we are already almost done. So just keep up the good work. Keep up the good work. We are almost done. This time, today and Wednesday. Then we are done all the textbook things. Then we just focus on some fun things, simulations. Okay. So keep up the good work. You are doing great. All right. All right. So let's take one more case. Okay. Then we're gonna discuss one more case. Okay? Then we can start. So please go to Canvas, and chapter 8 one case is now published. I'm gonna give you 10 minutes. Please go ahead, take the one case. We're gonna start with the one case. 10 minutes. So 2:15 minus 2 to 5. Please go ahead, Canvas, and take the one case. Right? 10 minutes. I'm gonna mute my microphone for you for a while. All right. It seems that many students already done. Okay, so it seems that many students already done. So I need more time. Please let me know. If you need more time, please let me know. Okay, great. All right, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about entrepreneurship. It's all about small business. Okay, entrepreneurial business, small startup. All right, you wanna? Okay, please go ahead. All right, number one. Small business create the majority of new jobs in the U.S. economy. True or false? Number one, is it true or false? Yes, it's true. It's true. Okay. Absolute number. Small business create a lot of new jobs compared with the big corporations. Then the question is why? Okay. The older number shows that small business create a lot of jobs. Okay. Majority. Why? Because anyone can start them. Probably yes. Yeah. But think about that. Okay. The reason I'm asking this, big corporations, they have all the resources, right? Money, people, network, facilities. Okay? Big corporations, they have all the resources. Okay? Then, actually, big corporations can create jobs, can create innovations, can create anything, right? Small business usually they don't have enough resources. Okay? So they cannot compete, okay, with the big corporations. In this, in the infinity of the resources, small business create a lot of new niche markets and majority of new jobs. Why?
I feel like bigger corporations are focusing on economies of scale, and like when they start to try and save money, they start to outsource jobs to other countries to like keep the costs low. But new startups, they're not really trying to cut economies of scale yet, and so they employ more people in the US.
Okay. Then how small business can employ more people? Because a small business also wanna reduce costs too. Why small business can reduce costs? Why small business can hire more people?
Because they can take more higher risk. Because as a corporation, you are not one to take like chances because you have like a model to keep up with, and with a small business, they're starting out, so they can afford to do such things like that.
All right, it's very close. Very close.
Also, I think that bigger corporations have more regulation and more things to pay for higher number of employees, and small businesses don't have as much regulation when it comes to hiring.
All right. Okay. Think about that. Good discussions. Great discussions. It's a small business. If you are a small business, okay, then you don't have enough resource. Okay? But you need to get into the market, right? Big corporations already have their existing markets. But small businesses should get into a market. Okay? So in the current market, big corporations, they already have cash cow. They have their own markets. So they don't want to change anything actually. Okay? In the market, they don't want to pursue innovations because it's risky and costly. Okay? If there is no innovation in the market, big corporations just keep having their own cash because it's a cash cow. Right? But small business, think about that. They don't have enough market. They don't have any existing market, so they have to get into it. Okay? Then what are they gonna do? Because they are gonna develop a new product, a better product, because it is not easy to reduce costs because of the lack of resources. Okay, for small businesses, it's not easy to reduce costs because they cannot realize the economies of scale. Okay, so the reduced cost is very beneficial for big corporation can do it easily, okay? But not small business. Small business focus on the better feature of product innovation strategy. Okay, so big corporations host leadership strategy, small business product differentiation strategy. Okay, then if this product differentiation is successful, it creates competitive advantage. That's why small business create the majority of new jobs. Okay, innovations, better innovations. Okay. All right, great, good discussion. Number 2, opportunity recognition is the process of identifying and selecting entrepreneurial opportunities. It does not involve the development of those ideas. True or false?
It's apparently false, but I want to argue that it's true.
Okay, go ahead, Johnson.
Okay, so the reason I said it was true was because the definition says you are choosing and developing ideas. It says nowhere that you're choosing and evaluating ideas and opportunities. It says nowhere that you're developing, and evaluating and developing are two different things.
All right, it makes sense. Okay. Probably your textbook says, I am pretty agree with you, Jensen. So probably the textbook says it's false, right? The answer is false. But opportunity recognition is the process of identifying and selecting entrepreneurial opportunities. It does not involve the development of those ideas. It depends. It depends how to say it, how to categorize it. So opportunity recognition, Jensen's perspective, it is just, Jensen want to crystal clearly cut this. Opportunity recognition is just recognition, okay, by the world. So it doesn't involve with the, other things, development things. Okay? But actually, the many people say it's a false statement. Why? Because in the opportunity recognition setting in this process, actually people's just idea is go back and forth. Okay? Opportunity recognition, and also it's almost simultaneously evaluate development of these ideas. Okay? So the entrepreneurial opportunity start with just one idea, but almost simultaneously it can be 2 or 3, 4, whatever. It can be developed. Okay, to show that process. Okay? The textbook book can say opportunity recognition contains also a part of the development of those ideas. Okay? I understand Jensen's point, okay, and I also agree with that, your point. Okay? But I just want to, clarify why many people say opportunity recognition contains a part of the development of those ideas. Okay? So actually, the opportunity recognition And also the developed idea is can happen simultaneously in many cases. That's why the textbook says this is a false statement. Okay. Jason, you understand my point?
Yes, sir, I do. I'm still not happy with it, but I understand that what the book says is what it says.
All right, you will be happy. I'm gonna go both. Okay, I'm gonna go both. Okay, so because your perspective and your argument is also makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna both. It can be true, it can be false. Okay, so everyone has a correct answer for number 2. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, good discussion. All right, good argument, Jensen. I love it. Number 3. The majority of entrepreneurial startups are financed with angel financing. True or false? Actually, this is not true. Okay? This is not true. So the majority of entrepreneurial startups actually they owe money or lending from the bank. Okay? From the bank. Okay? So it is. We talked about. Yeah, that's right. We talked about. Johnson, that's right. We talked about angel financing, right? Venture capital financing, angel financing, and something like that. Okay? With my paper. Yeah? So this is very important source, angel financing. But usually when small startups, small business, when they start up their own business, and they use their own money, right? And angel can be probably the next stage. Okay. And these days, angel is an individual investor, but these days, some angels make a group. Okay. So investor group. So angel group. Okay. So they are working like a venture capitalist. All right. So this is a trend of angel financing. You should know this. Huh? Number 4, venture capital funding for entrepreneurial venture is usually available only after the startups have become a going concern and establish a track record. Yes, that's true. Huh? So venture capitalists usually invest, the probably good amount of money. Okay? So they usually try to find the investees that have solid record. All right, solid record. Okay. All right, number 2, because the risk is low. Yes. Number 5, Small Business Administration and Government Regulations. SBA. It has many policies. Okay, many policy to support small businesses. And these regulations prohibit small business from bidding on government contracts? No, it's not true. Actually, this SBA and government regulations try to support small business. SBA, it operates SBA loans. Okay. SBA loan is the mechanism of SBA loan is very simple. SBA, the government organization, should guarantee this loan, and the commercial banks in your community, whatever, okay, the regular banks can actually sell this loan. Okay, so SBA loan has a usually a lower interest rate. Lower interest rate because this is governmental proposed, governmental straight loan programs. They want to try support small businesses. So they want to provide a lower interest loan. That is a Small Business Administration, SBA loans. There are several types of SBA loans, but it's a very similar. Okay, so you can have, if you want your own business, okay? If you have your own business, or if you plan to have your own business, then you have some financial issues, then you can use SBA loans. there are many brokers, okay? There are many agencies to connect these SBA loans with you and a bank, okay? So if you want it, just you can search it, okay? And you can contact the SBA loan officers, okay? If you if you cannot find it, just email me, okay? Your parents' business, your business, okay? If you wanna, reliable SBA loan officer, if you find it, just let me know. I will try to help you, okay? So SBA loan is very, very important component in your financing strategy, okay? When you start your new business, okay? Okay. Oh, actually, I taught MBA class in New York some years ago. Okay. All the students in that class was medical doctors. Okay. So most of my students, the doctors, okay, they already done the about 10 years practice in their own fields. So they are very expert in the medical technology, medical skills, techniques. But they didn't know about anything about organization, all right? Organization, business. So that's why they took the MBA class, MBA course to learn about the business. Then I introduced these SBA loans in the class, and then actually they were about 17 students, and almost half of students was contacted with me again about the SBA loans, and they got it. Okay. All right. Because interest rate was low, so if they have the high interest rate loans, they can just change it, reduce cost. Okay. And if they need new loans, they can have the SBA loans. Okay. All right. That was great. Experience. So just keep in mind SBA loans. If your parents already have a small business, okay, if you plan to have it, you can use these SBA loans. Okay? All right, number 6, because new ventures typically are small and they usually do not have high economies of scale. Yes, relative to compare. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Okay? So it is not easy. It has not advantage to reduce costs for small businesses. That's why small business usually have product differentiation strategy. Yeah. Number 7, a focused strategy must not include elements of differentiation on overall cost leadership in order to be successful. No. A focused strategy is first. A focused strategy is about the market. Okay? Focus on a niche market. This is focused strategy. Okay? A focused strategy still have the dimension of differentiation of overall cost leadership strategy. They should be. Right. Number 8. Entrepreneurial entry is often perceived as a competitive threat. Yes, sir. Because most market needs are being met either directly or indirectly by an existing firm. Yes, it's true. All right, it's true. So we talk about this too, right? Okay. So small business, they need to find a niche market, okay? Because in the existing market, it's very, very hard to compete against the existing companies, okay? All right. So that's why they are innovative to find a niche market. Okay. All right. So, any question, comment? We're done with the warm keys. Any question, comment? No? All right. So, can I move? All right, great. Thank you. Okay, so the learning objectives. These topics are very, very simple. We already talked about a lot many times. So that's why I don't want to replicate a lot, okay, with this one. All right. So we are going to talk about some entry strategies. That's it. Pioneering, imitative, and adaptive. And generic strategies, I'm not going to talk about this again, okay? And we're going to talk about a couple of the theories, okay? And competitive dynamic analysis is one of those theories. That's it, okay? That's all about today's topic. So it will be very simple. Today's topic will be very simple, and it won't be long, okay? So today's class activity is a case, but I'm not going to do this case because it's too straightforward, okay? So, but I want to say this. Having a new business, is not solely process, okay? It has a lot of okay, unexpected consequences, all right? Unexpected consequences. So when you have a small business with your partner, all right, okay, you need to very clearly define what is the okay, each partner's responsibility, all right, each partner's job and responsibility, all right. It makes okay, makes the following things very, very easier, okay. So when you set up a new company, please hire a lawyer, okay. Hire a lawyer. This is a very, very practical advice, okay. I experienced this one too, right? Hire a lawyer, a couple of thousand dollars. Then you can set up a legal, your corporations. Okay? So it can be a cost. Okay, for small startups, but just spend it. It's worth it. Okay. All right. So hire a lawyer is my advice. Okay. So let's move. Okay. So entrepreneur strategy. Okay. So we talked about that already. Why do we focus? Why we are talking about this? Because entrepreneur companies are more innovative. They focus on product innovation strategy. So it helps US economy too. Okay. So new ventures. We are talking about new ventures. Entrepreneurship involves value creation, product differentiation, and assumption of risk. Okay, Okay, so risk. Jensen was mentioned about this. Higher risk for entrepreneur companies. Okay. How startup ventures are different from the established corporations? We talked about this. Fundamental difference. Okay. Existing companies, big corporations, they are not hungry. They already have their markets. Okay. So they do not want any change. No change, peace. Okay. They do not want change because they already have cash cows. Okay. If anyone is innovative, it's a problematic actually. Okay. All right, but startup ventures, small businesses, they don't have anything. Okay, they don't have anything. They have to get into the market. That's why they are innovative. Okay. For example, this one, Microsoft, big corporations. Okay. All right. Let me assume that there is if there is a really, really breakthrough, really, really nice breakthrough, okay? Discovery, technology, okay? This technology will help consumers and, society, anyone, okay? Then Microsoft, what's the best strategy Microsoft will do with this technology? What are you gonna do if you are the owner of Microsoft? What are you gonna do? Actually, Microsoft is doing this strategy right now. What are you gonna do? Their current strategy is they just buy the technology and then put it on the shelf. Then they say nobody can touch it. So Microsoft buy the technology and put it in the bag. All right. Then nobody can say it. Nobody cannot, nobody cannot see it. Nobody cannot use it. Nobody cannot, touch it. Okay. Actually, many technologies are, preserved, okay, stored, something like that. Okay. That is the big corporations, the strategy big corporations can do that. You understand that? Let's see, all right? Okay. You understand why they can do that, right? They don't want to change. Okay? So they just buy the technology. Okay? Nobody can touch it. Okay? This is mine. Nobody can touch it. Okay? I don't want to change in the market. Okay? All right. This is what people say. This is a patenting. What I don't remember is the patent pushing strategy, probably. Anyway, no touch. No touch strategy. Okay, just buy. They don't want to share anything. All right, entrepreneur strategy is composed of the opportunity, people, and resource. Opportunity, entrepreneurs, and resource. Okay? So opportunity, we talked about discovery and evaluations. Okay? Discovery and evaluations. So it is, okay? The word by word. Okay? This cannot be crystal clear which stage is which stage, okay? Because this stage is a process. And discovery and evaluations. So when you evaluate an entrepreneurial idea, okay, you can ask these 4 questions. Yeah, very similar with the resource-based view perspective we previously talked about. They are attractive, yes. Achievable, yes. Durable, yes. And value creating, yes. Yes. Then you can have this. You can take this opportunity. Okay? All right, so discovery, evaluation, and 4 questions. All right, and research, entrepreneur research. Again, I just assume that you already read this textbook, right? Okay? So I just want to make some important points. Okay? So in my experience and perspective, based on it, okay, entrepreneurial resources, financial resources, human resources are very, very important. Okay? In the very, very early stage, okay, financial resources are essential. Money, all right? So many entrepreneurs actually, they try to seek financial resource as much as possible in the very early stage. And also they are suffering from the lack of money, financial resources in early stage, okay? So when I meet with some entrepreneurs, entrepreneurs, and then I just recognize this business is in the very early stage, then probably I just guess, before meeting, I just guess, probably this meeting will be about the availability of some, financial capital, right? The money, something like that. Okay? And then, just people, ask me, how did you know this? Something like that. But in the very early stages, most entrepreneurs are suffering from the lack of financial capital. Okay? But in the next stage, okay, they are actually suffering from the lack of human capital, people, appropriate people. Okay? So you should know this. Very early stage, money is a problematic in an entrepreneur process. And the next stage is people. Okay. So when I consult with the entrepreneur companies, the very early stage entrepreneur companies, I prepare some, the approach about the financial resources, money. In the little growth, okay, in the growth stage entrepreneurs, I am talking about, human capital, how to recruit, how to attract, appropriate people, all right, people. All right, then, so financial resources, we already talked about that. I'm not going to replicate this, and human capital here. All right, entrepreneur leadership is a little bit different from that of, not a little bit, actually, it's quite different. Okay? So entrepreneur leadership is quite different from the big corporation leaderships. Okay? It will require courage, belief in one's convictions, energy to work out, something like that, vision, dedication, and drive. Okay? And this entry strategies. Okay. Entry strategies: pioneering, imitative, adaptive. Okay? So pioneering new entry is creating a new ways. Okay. So providing a new solution. Okay? You create something. This is a pioneering new entry. And imitative, capitalizing on proven market success. So imitate something. Yeah, imitate and get into the market. Adaptive, capitalize on current market trends. Okay, so probably this is very, very innovative. Okay, it's a high risk. All right, it's a product differentiation strategy. So all of these actually product differentiation strategy, but a little bit different. I'm not going to talk about this again. Okay, same framework. All right, same framework. Entrepreneurs reduce cost, increase product differentiations, and they need to focus on niche market. That's it. Okay. And pursuing combination strategy. So, in your simulation too. So think about your simulation strategy. Okay. Many companies want to have combination strategy, cost leadership, product differentiation, simultaneous, but it's good, but it's very risky because we talked about that. Okay? Why? Being stuck in the middle. Okay? So you cannot realize cost leadership, you cannot realize product differentiations. Okay? You're just being in the middle. Then it's a problem. Okay? So in your simulations, okay, you need to think about this one too. Okay? So which strategy you will choose. Right, competitive dynamics. This theory helps explain why competitive strategies evolve and how to respond. Okay, so basically, the idea of this theory is you monitor continuously your competitions. Then if there is any change in your competition, you can respond proactively. This is a competitive dynamics theory. All right. Very, very simple, very, very straightforward theory. Okay. but it's not easy to realize. Okay? So in your simulation, think about that, your simulations. Basically, your simulation is finding an appropriate market, all right? Finding an appropriate market. And then make decisions being consistent with this strategy, this market, okay? So assuming that your simulations, okay? Finding appropriate market means your competitors. What is the best market for you? What is the best market for you? No competition market. It will be your best market. All right. So you need to closely look at what market is, how your competitors are. Okay. So think about that. In the high-end product market, there are many competitors are located over there already. Then why that market? I don't want it. I don't want a crowded market. I don't want a competitive market because the competition is high, my profit level will be low. Okay? Then I need to find a better market, which is less competitive market. Okay? You practice this in your simulations. Okay? Perceptual map. Okay? Perceptual map. There are some products created by you and created by other teams. Look at these maps, and you find empty market. That is your market. That is your target market. Okay? Then you can make decisions based on this market to get into this market. That's it. Okay? Then what information you need? Perceptual maps. Where is the less competitive market? And also you need some information about how customers think about this market. Okay? So no competition, less competition, and customers like this product, this market, that will be perfect target market. This is how to find your target market. Okay? All right. Perceptual maps available on the simulations, okay? And customer survey, customer preference is available on the simulation too. So all the information is available in the simulations. Okay? In the reality, in the real business, there is no such a great information. Okay? Not available. Many people try to create it, okay, but usually this information is not available. Okay? That's why a big difference between simulation and real business. Okay? The basic mechanisms are same: finding a niche market and making the following decisions, but the availability of information is quite different. Okay? All right. This is just process of the competitive dynamics. You just monitor any competitions and then you can respond. This one. Okay. You can just read this. You can understand very easily. Okay, I'm not worried about this. Okay, competitive dynamics. You can just read it. Okay, that's it. All right. So competitive dynamics theory, you can just read the textbook. Your textbook, explain, briefly about this competitive dynamics. So you can just read it. It's straightforward. You can understand it. So I'm not going to replicate competitive dynamics in detail at this point. Okay. So that's it. That's pretty much about chapter 8. Okay. So any question, comment? All right, so if you don't have any question, comment, we are going to continue. We are going to talk about chapter 12 on Wednesday, okay? Chapter 12 on Wednesday. Okay? So good, great. Any question, comment? No? Please say no. Just make sure. All right, great job today. All right, great job today. I will see you on Wednesday. Okay, I'm gonna see you on Wednesday. Okay. Good job. Good job.